Alright, let's deal with it. Welcome back to Real TV. This is Michael Israel here. So, I want to go ahead and jump into the topic at hand. Where's the church? Where is the church? Where's the modern day church? Should you go to church if you're a Christian, if you're a Baptist, if you're Catholic, if you're a Muslim, etc.? We're going to deal with a couple of these topics and then we're going to let it be. So, what we have to know is that our body is our temple. Our body is our temple. And we must upkeep our temple, not only the outward, but the inward. See, the thing about churches is this. You go to a place on a Sunday, and then you may have Bible study on a Wednesday or a Thursday, right? Well, what happens when that poor person doesn't have transportation to get to that place on a Sunday? Or let's say that service on Sunday, but they need help on Monday. You know what I mean? And Sunday has already, you know what I'm saying? Or what if a person needs help on Thursday, but they have to wait all the way into Sunday to go to church? And why aren't the churches open 24 hours? You would think that the doors are always open, right? All right, so let's just go ahead and deal with it. Our body is our temple. We are the church. There's a scripture that says, the Most High says, He'll rather not dwell in the buildings of man's hands, but in the hearts of those. In the hearts of those is what he said. He says that he created the heaven and that earth is his footstool. He said, what place can man make me? You know, he created all things. What place can man make him? Therefore, the most sacred place that God would rather be is in our hearts. It says, when two or three are gathered in his name, he dwells there in the midst. And the saddest part is that these churches are not preaching it right. These churches are affiliated with what you call a 501c3, which is a nonprofit governmental organization where they get tax-free incentives. 100% of whatever proceeds they get is completely theirs. But there's stipulations to it. They can't preach about certain things. They can't talk about certain things. Not only does churches fall in this group, but charitable organizations, LGBT community centers, fundraising programs, scientific research programs, certain museums, etc. And you would think that the church, quote unquote, is doing a sincere duty when they allow you into their building and they have you sign your name into their guest book. That guest book is just a head count. How many people are coming to this building allowing you the tax-free incentive? That's what they want to know. And you know, I say that because the other day, yesterday actually, I was at Whole Foods and I had two church-goer guys. I want to say they were Christians. Invite me out to their church. And I told them basically what I'm kind of telling you right now. And I told them some other things about how I'm a Jew, how I am a Hebrew, I'm an Israelite. And I explained how. So, and, you know, they were so eager to invite me, but they were yet so eager to leave me alone at the same time, which is odd. You know, and the very first thing that they said was, do you have a church that you go to? No sincerity. Why are they asking me if I have a church that I go to? Why not just give me a scripture or share some word with me instead of trying to get me into a building to give a head count to show your pastor or preacher that you invited someone in? Don't ask me nothing for no head count. We are the church. We had a church right there because there was two of them and it was I myself. But I want to say this and I'm going to go ahead and finish it. It's going to be a short show. Sometimes when you're going against the grain, when you're going one way and you see all the sheep going one way, you're going to look back and you're going to think like, dang, man, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I am going the wrong way. Example, I went to Six Flags this past weekend, and the entry, there were thousands upon thousands of people coming out. And I was thinking they were actually going to a different entry point. But I, myself, and my lady, we were actually going to the right way. But at the same time, I wanted to turn around almost. I wanted to be like, man, are we going the right way? It was thousands of people going the opposite direction of us. But lo and behold, we were going the right way. Another example, when you're driving on a road trip, and the signs as we know it, and as the law as we know it, it says faster traffic, keep left, slower traffic, move right. Well, this time it was the complete opposite. I was doing the traffic limit of 70 miles an hour on the highway in the left zone. Yet, the people that were in the left zone were moving over to the right to do about 85, 90, just to move over to the right, to move back over to the left. You know what I mean? And some actually even stayed in the right lane. I say that to say, even when you're going against the grain and you're the only one doing it, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to go to a church to give praise to the Most High. We are the church. Now, I know the scripture says, forsake not the assembly. But as long as you assembly together as a unit, whether it's in the church, out of the church, I don't recommend going to a building. Because if the building burns down, then where do you go? Where do you go for 2 weeks to 2 months until they reconstruct this temple? Again, we are the temple. We are the churches. The Most High name, we have to know and we have to realize, is Yahweh when it's translated from Hebrew. And that Jesus' name in Hebrew is Yeshua. Do your research. Define the truth, know the truth, and pass the baton to someone else. Silence is betrayal. If you know the truth and don't say the truth, then the blood is on your hands. Real TV.